Maybe he reveals himself ever so slightly, taking some damage in the process. Leon will need to head back, and there you go, Secret's guns coming alive! Maybe himself?
We will break down what roaming is. We'll go through several in-game examples, how you should roam, and overall what your team expects from you. Quick notice: are you interested in the siege-related pub quiz? More info can be found in the comment section. Let's start off with a question. Is roaming all about wasting time and wasting utility? Or is roaming all about killing? Answering these as a yes probably means you're most likely having a wrong mentality behind roaming. Let's talk about getting kills as a roamer, and more precisely, let's rewatch the introduction clip that happened in the 2019 Major.
That Meepy and Leon are going to be holding the fort for the time being. There's 30 seconds to go. You're flawless in your secrets so far. Meepy still got 2 toxic canisters. Leon guns down vertical, heads back in towards CCTV. As you know, the push is coming from over on servers. Leon now holding the main stairs. 2 bodies going to confront Meepy. And the smoke will try to chase away easily. Meepy reveals himself ever so slightly, taking some damage in the process. Leon will need to head back, and there you go, Secret's guns coming alive! Meepy himself?
What you could see here is something that most people will call it a 2 vs 4 clutch, which in fact, the round was won due to the roamers denied the important map control. Attackers were forced to go into a disadvantage to pick the angle that they are supposed to lose, and they have lost. Sure, it was a great 2 vs 4, but it was an unexpected win for the defenders. So, you can maybe hear what I have just mentioned, roamer denying map control. Roamer's job is to deny the required map control, and that is it. This should be your mentality, your thoughts in your head, and whatever you do, you need to understand that your team expects you to deny the required map control. Denying map control has its side effects, which are getting kills or time wasting. However, that is a one-sided implication. Getting kills or denying map control does not necessarily mean denying map control. In the previous roam guide, which is really well done, I have used different examples so you can check it out as well. We have gone to border when I have given you 2 common examples of when you're wasting the time, but not denying the map control. So let's go to the Cafe Dostoevsky when defending reading and fireplace. What would you do if attackers get the west side of the third floor control? Have one player by the new hatch holding an angle onto your roamers in the cocktail, whilst other attackers are pushing for the pillars from the east balcony, speaking of reading from the laundry and planting there. The third floor attacker can see the majority of the vertical holes, so your roamers cannot really deny the plant. This is another good example of having the right mentality behind roaming. You might think that you're denying the required map control, which in fact you're not. You are wasting the time up there, and that is true, but you're not wasting the attacker's time for the execution, nor you're in the position to deny it. What do? Well, you have 3 options. One will be to stall the attackers as much as possible with the smoke canisters or C4s. The other way will be to regain the piano control, push out the attackers on the first floor, and the attackers by the pillars cannot do the execution. And the third way will be to rotate toward the first floor and go all the way to the brown stairs and flank from there. The thing about roaming is, you need to get one out of these 3 solutions instantly. The more you're thinking what to do, the less chance of flank succession you will have. The rankers will say a lot of the times that they are being contested, and it is up to you to punish the attackers that are ignoring you. But more about this specific point will be put later. So, who should be roaming? Smoke or Jaeger? Well, both can. This was put more into a smoke guide, but smoke can be frequently used to deny important area against the attackers. I think the best example would be by the server or blue stairs on the bank when defending basement. Talking about the maps in the Pro League, to have smoke by the yellow stairs is frequently done. As an attacker, good luck pushing the shotgun and a barbed wire. You're forced to use a frag grenade on the smoke. However, if your roaming will be more made of flanking and overall just floating around an area, then Phill will probably be your better operator. If you need to hold long angles, such as on the cocktail when defending reading and fireplace, having 1.5 or bigger sights could be very handy. Also, I'm not sure how many of you know this, but if there is a carpet and you want to flank, go on the carpet because you'll be way quieter. Different types of floors gives you different sound cues. Wood is also pretty quiet. Speaking about roaming and information, knowing how attackers were pushing in the previous round is very important. And even more important in the ranked when you're always getting random enemies. For example, attackers were pushing games in Aviator in the bedroom statuary side, and there is a huge chance that if defending statuary and trophy to be pushed from the games and the Aviator. This is even more important when it comes to doing the same objective. You know exactly why you have lost, adapt, and play in that way to counter it. Side note, do not change the objectives unless you have no clue how did they win you, or you have no clue how to adapt to your loss. One crucial thing about formation is, do not be quiet. You're the first line of your defense, so you're the one that should feed everyone the live information. Sure, the anchors might be on the camera, but you know exactly what is happening around you. Let's talk about some tips on the roaming, and the first thing is, know your rotations. By this, I do not mean know where the stairs are, but you need to know where the safest outside rotations from the point A to point B is. An example would be a rotation from the kid's window towards the green hallway on Oregon, coastline from the pool towards the blue.
You have been spotted by hostiles. Fall back.
Theme park from the security toward the maintenance.
You have been spotted.
These are all situational, but you need to know them. What you, as a roamer, need to do is punish attackers if they are not trying to push you away. That can be done pretty easily by having a vertical angle toward the objective, such as from the cocktail toward the reading on Cafe Dostoevsky. Sometimes flanking them, or just opening up the hatch in the bedroom of villa when defending kitchen and dining, will do its job. It is important to know that if attackers are not wanting to play vertically under the objective, you can use that in your advantage and have a smoke or mute or someone with a huge CQB advantage by the door frames. Or you can use the Popo shields and just simply contest them. Having vertical holes onto them, but this time on the cafe's red hole from the Astro and more precisely split is always recommended. Staying in the furthest corner when roaming is usually not optional, if attackers can do their job regardless if you're playing in another area, and if you cannot punish them as quick. Then you're not roaming but just a waste of an operator pick and letting your team to play a 4 vs 5. Talk about the man advantage. A general thumb of thumb is, the great advantage you have, the less extended you should play. If you're in a 4 vs 2 and you're defending kids and dorms on Oregon, there's really no point of playing vertically as a defender anymore, from below, and very few uses to deny the trophy push. Consider to contest just the middle of the attic from the tarps, having one person by the kid's door watching the trophy for a default deployable shield, and someone by the top white. The 4th guy can be playing anywhere for the retrade. Before the SoloQ vs stack roaming, let's touch another important topic of the 90 drones. 3 things. During the preparation phase, when you see a drone coming your way, that is your priority right now. Stop anything that you're doing and try to destroy the down. When you're done with the preparation phase, hunt the default preparation phase drones, whether it to be by the tower stairs on the Oregon, outside next to the hookah balcony stairs, or anywhere else. Understand where the drones could be placed during the preparation phase. Not seeing a drone inside of the ping bar, such as below this table or on the top of this, can mean that the attackers won't be pushing from the sunrise and the office. Third, and very rarely used even the diamond or champion matches, when you're flanking, you need to think about the flank drones, if they are there. Is there a flank drone on top of the yellow stairs on the theme park when you turn back? How often have you been turning yourself to check this great intel? Let me know down in the comment section. Also, one quick thing. If your objective players are getting destroyed, and you hear Lion or Incandelas without you being drowned out, that's a very good sign of a rush push, so consider to go back. Let's start about SoloQ versus stack roaming. In the SoloQ roam, you need to go with the operator that you can watch multiple angles at the same time. Sometimes just having barricades will do that job, but the other times having Legion's goo, Elo's Grishat Mine is required. As a SoloQ roamer, you will also need to be able, in the most situations, to open up map for yourself. Picking operators such as Aruni or Alibi will give you that. Alibi has 2 impacts and Bailiff. Bailiff for the vertical angles and impacts for the horizontal. This can be very powerful to do a heavy tough low roam on the clubhouse. Having a teammate already gives you an optional pick for roaming, as you can do duo Q with a shotgun. Or just one needs to have impacts and then the other one can be dependent on the duo Q strat. I have made more than 10 duo Q ranked strat videos. One of the videos can be found in the top right corner if you are interested. 3Q stack is very similar, but having a 4 or 5 stack means you will be able to have anchors watch you vertically, or to have dedicated camera watchers. This all means that you will have to worry about the less angles. The biggest step is from the SoloQ to duo Q. Thank you for watching this video and staying with me for this long, and thanks all the patrons and YouTube members for making this video available. If you want to learn all the basics and advanced things about the siege, make sure to give me a like, subscribe and click the notification bell to get all notifications from my channel. Make sure to give me feedback down in the comment section below.